welcome to another stream. Today is again PGETC day. It's the final round of the season, but it only starts in an hour. So when that starts, we'll be commenting that, but I'm just going to play a game first and maybe get some revenge from last week when I did really poorly in the games. I think I lost like 3 or 4 games or something. So let's see if we can do any better today. I'm again slightly distracted here because it seems like the chat is maybe not working like we had some trouble with some weeks ago. But okay, we'll deal with that later. Just Hanem. Okay, so we played a Joseki, black laddered. We could get some ladder breaker. It's even like, would this be a ladder breaker? Let's do a quick read. I think it would. So maybe this is an okay way to approach the low right corner. We would then attach and cross-cut or something like this. Could be interesting. So black just finishes the ladder. I will attach, like I said. And then I think this should be a move. Just feels like it should be a move. Let's play it and think about life afterwards. So like this Atari, oh this Atari, Well then we have the Atari here, right? And we could consider, after black captures, we could consider throwing this Atari in. Or we could just connect. We already get a pretty pleasant shape here. So this way we have to worry about black Ataring through. I think I'm going to connect. Like even if I get this, it's only a small gain. So I think I'm okay allowing this. Yeah. I agree with Bucket. And oh good, it seems like chat is working. Nice. Showing up on the screen also. Hello, Torb. So, okay. Decent result. We wrecked some of the right side. Now maybe we can just Tanuki. I don't know if this is that interesting. Later we could block here if we want to make points this, but now there's probably something more urgent than, say, Ataring this stone. It would be pretty big to play here, I feel like. Because black could extend from this wall. We could also just continue in the top right. But okay, let's go with this one, since I have a more specific reason why this is a good move. Now my first instinct is just to stand up, but we could also think about other things. If I play, let's say here, and let's actually do it. I try and get out of always playing the same patterns, and I think this kind of move can be quite good. Otherwise, you know, black would get the pincer, and we would be struggling with these stones. But this way we could still pull back here. We don't even have to pull back right away, necessarily. But it seems pretty big. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull back right away. Just respond passively again. If we Hane, we get cut and might not survive with those stones. So now we still maybe have some magic here. Locally it's dead, but okay, what if we like attach here or something? Could be interesting.
Yoyomi now starts.
This stone I feel like pincering, it cannot connect this way. So I feel like I should deny the base and threaten some kind of connection of my own. I will just Hane and extend. I don't know, extend is maybe a little bit dubious. So now black does have a connection here. But I'm not so scared of black connecting. I don't think I'm in any rush to... Well, I can't really cut here for one thing. So black is quite strong.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I'm actually going to slide here. I don't know if that's really correct. I was going to Atari here first. But then black can make quite a lot of points here. So I felt like starting with this move. Maybe now this? Yeah, I am a little bit scared about the white group now. This is why I'm spending some moves to help it. But I feel like it has decent eye shape, so it should be okay. Some interesting choices now here.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hard choices. I'll just capture this stone. Seems kind of weird. It's probably not correct. But then, you know, I have some follow-up here, or... This doesn't really work, right? That's a problem. Okay. This player seems pretty greedy. Giving me
9, 8.
run for my money in terms of greediness. Coming in here as well. Okay, let's just play this. You know, this is usually the shape to not allow... Well, I guess we still allow this move. Wait, what do we do now? I think I Hane. Okay. Connect there. Now what's going on? I would like to block here, but then black could block this side, and I die with 2 stones. So it's not ideal.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So I guess I turn here. This is like not good by me. Now I have a problem which is black could connect here and have Mia of connecting here and killing me in the center. I would like to pull out here to continue the greenness,
9,
but it's maybe a bit much.
7, 6, 5, 4,
Ah.
3.
It's just let's be greedy today. Okay, black exchanged this one, so now maybe even like here. I could play this, I guess, but no, I'm gonna be super safe like this. And black can eat these stones, it's fine. This was just inducing move, let's say. It's all part of the plan to give these up. Oh, interesting. Wants to squeeze me. So we'll push through to create some cutting points. And we will not allow the giving me the ugly shape. Now what? I a little bit feel like peeping here. While this is still an Atari when I would cut through. Because then I feel, can I get this peep as well? Instead of, I kind of like to connect, I would like to connect here, but if I can get these forcing moves first, then I gain something. And now maybe I don't even have to connect. Right, I have Mii, do I? If black here, I play here. Atari, it should be fine.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
I think
3, 2.
I'm gonna try save these. Because this looks pretty big. So we should not get too attached to all the stones. But how do I want to do this?
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Actually, I'm just gonna like jump away. Morganol is saying this player is a cheater. Well, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with that information mid-game. Might be, might not be, for what I know. So now actually saving these right now might be a bit
9,
much.
8, 7, 6, 5.
Let's just move out. Just connect. I was looking at this shape first, but it's kind of asking for trouble. Just gonna connect. This Atari is not necessarily forcing. Could maybe connect home with some move like this. Or this.
Nine,
Okay. So now, I guess the problem is that this area is starting to become too big. We should be able to save this group without too much trouble.
8, 7, 6,
But what do we have to give?
4, 3, 2.
Let's think now, because it's an important time.
2 Yoyomis left. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I wanted to go further than this, but like if I came, maybe black can just push through. So that's why I went with this one.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Okay, let's try to spice things up a bit. I will not immediately connect over here. I will threaten to move out here first, which I might regret. Possibly I should exchange this, but I wasn't really sure. So what's the idea here? To connect this down? No, okay. Okay, I'm in some trouble. If I play here, black can cut. And if I play here,
9, 8,
there's Atari,
7,
throw in.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Okay, so we get some compromise at least. Yeah, there's plenty of cheaters at this level, I'm sure. And Captain Bash, by the way, nice to see you so excited that it's Tuesday. You know, this is
9,
starting to feel quite
8,
bad.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's try some more crazy thing. We have this probe now, so we could maybe come into this corner. We could push here. We're threatening to cut through here. That could be doing something. If I cut right now, maybe black just is able to connect. So what if I play, let's say, here? And black is playing very quickly. It's easy to start, like, once you start looking for reasons to, yeah, I'm sure this guy is a cheater, you know, it's easy to confirm it for yourself. Doesn't mean it's necessarily true.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Okay,
5.
let's just try this invasion now. Like this center is so ridiculously solid. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Maybe I still cannot live here.
9, 8, 7.
Let's just
6.
throw this Hane in. Okay, so now we come in here and live. That's the plan. Huh?
9, 8, 7. 6.
I cannot think now. I resign.
4, 3, 2,
This
1.
doesn't even seem possible to live. It's mean. Yeah. Okay. I resign. Yeah, Morganal, I don't. You may very well be right that this person was a cheater, but it's hard for me to. I don't know if I should start some policy where, please don't tell me during the game. Tell me maybe after the game that you suspect this guy is a cheater. Like maybe it's good for me to know, but I think even if I were playing against someone that wasn't a cheater and someone told me they were a cheater, it would throw me off so much, you know. But okay, let's still review this game and see what we can learn from it. Doesn't really, regardless if they were a cheater or not, we can still learn something. Also, I need to. This is going to get confusing. I need to switch over here, but I need to turn off these things, which I did for later. Okay. This one. Oh, thank you to Glassystov for the follow. I didn't even download the game yet. Hang on. Save. Okay. Here we go. It should be working now. So let's actually have the AI on from the beginning. First, we had this Joseki in the upper left. It's very standard, so I'm sure should be no big mistakes here. Then it shows this approach. It wasn't a top move, it was fine. But it's interesting to see some other options. So I could have went with this and still maybe try to set up a ladder breaker soon. Like in this way. I place a move here and now black has to worry about the ladder. So I guess that's the preferred AI plan. The game, I went for this shape, which I remember. I think I saw this in some old Shusaku game or something. But I didn't really remember clearly the follow-up. So, okay, it seems like it's possible. If black here, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to play this. Which seems like it's kind of a workable shape for white locally, but not that great. So it seems like that's not the thing. You should be coming out here. And make this corner. Okay, so that's a good sequence to remember. Can come out there. So black just Atari'd here instead. I Atari, and now we had this question, could white Atari? And it seems like, no, that would be a bad idea. What would happen? Black would Atari, I just extend. Okay, yeah, then I am quite sad. I didn't see, like I saw the Atari, and then I was like, you know, black can Atari, but there's some cutting points, but you know, black just extends. So it was good that I didn't do that. I just connect. Black did this, and then jump. This was a fine move. This was a fine move. Oops, that's not what was played. Black kicked first. Yeah, okay. Black came here later. And I didn't stand up. Okay, so stand up was blue move. I played here. Let's see, does this lose a lot? Ooh, actually it does lose a lot. So when I made this decision, my thinking was, when black somehow splits here, I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable with this group. But it turns out black anyways kind of wants to build this side. In the game, I just give this direction to black. So I guess black is loving this right side. I think I underestimated this Q8 stone in terms of... I need to think of this as kind of an extension from black's wall already. You know, if black had some more stones, it would be easier for me to realize that, oh, this is some influence I need to worry about. But it's just one stone, but it's still very nicely building the right side. Okay, so this is where I really fell behind, you know. At this point, it's still an even game. But when I made this decision, and then these next moves as well, now black is ahead by a lot. So now we can just go quickly, but I guess I never catch up from that. Yeah, I did some silly things here. We should actually look at this as well. I thought I could get away with this kind of move, but it seems it's not really working, like, locally. Because here, like, I have to play... What else can I do? Like, if I play here... This is interesting, I guess. No, but black could kill this corner. I don't like that variation. So I went for this variation. But it's just bad for me. I didn't really have much... And I didn't have any better thing to do there. So I should just back off, I guess, is what the AI is telling me. If I go here... This is also quite sad. Whoops. Yeah, I don't like this either. So just this one is possible. And then Tanuki. Interesting. Okay, anyways. Game is already bad, and then we won't worry too much because I was just totally losing. Aha. Okay. Should we try maybe squeeze one more fast game in? If we can. We still have like half an hour before the PGETC starts. So we'll switch back to Fox. And we'll do the quick auto match. What's PGETC? Good question. There you have a link with some information. So it's a team championship tournament between European countries. Oops. So those games will be starting in like half an hour, and I will not be participating, but I will be commenting some games. Oh, I didn't even check the opponent. So we're playing a no-Komi game now against 6-dan. What to do? I'll approach here. Yeah, also some non... there's various countries included. Okay. What to do?
Now starts.
Could just extend here, I guess. That's kind of boring.
Nine.
Let's do this one. Sometimes this feels to me like kind of handicap strategy to approach immediately like this, but I think it's not too bad in an even game. And as black, I'm always annoyed in this kind of shape, so you know, play what the opponent finds annoying is my
9,
leading, what do you say, philosophy I follow in Go. Try to annoy the opponent. And now, one black pincers, now we can attach in the corner to manage this group. And okay, so we could create a ko here, but
9, 8, 7,
I guess we just attach out first. I think attach is pretty good shape. Now what?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is way too interesting to have this small amount of POV.
2 yoyomis left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, this is ridiculous. Why am I got some decision paralysis here?
Last yoyomi.
Torb just wants to play here. Maybe I should just play here. It's a big move.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I'll do this one.
Yoyomi now starts.
It was a really poor time usage of me there, using 2 periods this early. Now I'm in sudden death, but whatever.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
So could we kind of close black in here? Is that a fun plan?
9,
Like we can start a ko, but then I
7,
don't really know what we're doing.
6, 5, 4, 3,
I don't
2.
know. So
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I don't know. This is some silliness. Oh, that Atari was not expected. Interesting. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Now let's create the ko shape and then we, I don't know, push here. It's kind of like a ko thread. And now we fight the ko. Because we have some cut here. I don't know if this is really good, but take. Doesn't
9,
seem good. So, okay, let's extend once. Usually, like, it's very painful to allow the punuki, right?
9,
So
8, 7,
that's why I really want to
6,
extend once.
5, 4, 3.
Just on principle. Okay, and this way we just capture something here. I guess by turning here,
9,
probably. We capture these 2 stones. Or so I thought. I could,
8, 7, 6, 5.
I don't know, something like this. It's working, right?
Nine,
No, is it?
7,
I think it's okay, but just barely.
nine, 8, 7.
Thank you to Chronometrics for the follow. So I just fix this cut, maybe just connect solidly because I have some weak points. Or should
9,
I?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
No, okay,
3.
let's do this shape. I think I shouldn't play like I'm scared. I can read this out and see that should be okay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Feels like I should honey here, right? But okay, what's going on with the shape? Yeah, okay, now I get kind of bad shape, right?
9, 8, 7.
It's okay. I can take it. So now when black also gets short on liberties, it is at least something that's nice. And we jump, I think. I just quickly checked that there's no like net here, but no, there wasn't. We make the bamboo. Okay, so now the question is how much life is left in these stones here? I think some life actually. We can still attach out here. And I should probably do that right away. We can go after these stones later, but I'll start here. Maybe attach? Just extend. It's possible that going down here is a little bit sent to later connect. But oh no, this Atari is black sent. Yeah, okay, then it doesn't really do anything.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'll just extend. Hane. So we could just kind of connect up like this. Does make some sense.
9, 8, 7.
Now if I play here, black wants to get this point, so I'm thinking about resisting here.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fight back a little bit. If black fixes this side, then we still cut this, and now we can maybe come through here.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Actually,
3.
what happens if I do this one instead? Because if I go here, black just pulls back and it's kind of boring. So now it's a bit spicy.
9, 8, 7.
Let's see. Okay, I might be asking for trouble here again. Oh, it's such a painful cut.
7, 6, 5.
Oof. I really want to just go down here. So I'm gonna do it and then think later if I can actually get away with this. Okay, so what's my master plan here now?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Let's actually connect this out. Right? That's a start. And
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
black could kill me here, basically.
3, 2.
Then I'm thinking, could do this at least. There's also
8, 7, 6,
Ko. Okay, let's just do this, I guess. If I go down here,
9,
could I actually
6, 5.
kill the corner? That requires some reading. Oh. Now this is very interesting. Because now I get this
9,
move.
8.
Oh, okay, so maybe I cannot save. I see.
9,
I can throw in, go down. What?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
I
1.
don't really get this. There is something there, is there? Some call.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
We could like back off, but maybe we could back off. But how about
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm confused. I'm sorry, my commentary is not very enlightened today. I'm just saying I'm confused. So I started the call.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Let's
3.
clamp. Oh, maybe that was the wrong. What?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
So now I'm saving these two stones, but the problem is maybe black can do this
9, 8.
and this and I don't know, does black have a plan to live here? I think I should just like connect here.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Maybe even this way, just to fix up this area a bit. So I think I killed that. There's still some Argent down here, right? So I can take still. Oh, okay. So now we need to fix here, but we could fix...
9, 8.
I'll just play here. Then we have some kind of follow-up.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
But okay, this was a bit
3,
sad because now we lost
2.
our capture here. It's okay.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Let's see if we can keep these stones. I could play here, but then we wedge, Atari, and there's no ladder.
9, 8, 7, 6.
So maybe just extend.
9, 8.
Weird game indeed. Most of my games are weird. It's rare for me to have a normal game.
9, 8.
Let's see if we get some forcing moves against the corner. Oh no. So if I play here now, like with Atari.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
So I guess an Atari. I'm not so scared of this Atari. I don't know if this was really the right choice, actually.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Need to remember that I'm in sudden death as well. I was a little bit unhappy. If I just take the tiger's mouth, black place here or something, I don't feel like I accomplished much.
9. 9, 8.
Just do this then, I guess. It's kind of weird for black to ignore my shoulder hit. But okay, black could play here. No, okay, black just ignores again. Well, now maybe we just jump in here now if we're feeling brave. What's the actual, like, what's the score? Am I just losing by a ton?
6, 5, 4, 3.
I thought, you know, I killed something. Should be okay. But okay, I guess lower right is also quite big. It's fair enough. Fair enough.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Ugh, that's annoying.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Random BS, go! I don't feel like just saving this group, so I'm creating a new group and hoping that that will somehow solve my problems. Just extend.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5.
So now I could save this stone, but then I sort of start to get to use my forcing moves towards the left side, is my idea. So let's say I play here, for instance. It's doing something. It's confusing matters a little bit, I feel like. But I might just, you know, die everywhere, whatever. Like, we'll see what happens. Uh huh. I probably need to add a move to this group, right?
7, 6,
I'll just jump out for now. So unfortunately, I could just die on the right side, like especially if black adds another move, I think it's just dead. If I get to play first, maybe I can make something happen.
nine,
Maybe.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know. That's it's a vivid image, chronometrics. I like that.
9, 8,
I guess we could live here, right?
5, 4,
Let's live, I guess. But I got a little bit greedy, so instead of capturing out, I'll just throw in a cut, and maybe that will be my downfall. If I play here... Wait, I'm not sure that ladder is actually working.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Or is
3,
it?
2.
Ah! I shouldn't be in Biomi. Sudden death. Do. It's working.
9,
Darn it.
8,
Ba, 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 ba,
6,
ba, ba.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm sad. I'm very, very sad.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Okay, this is not working out. I'm resigning again.
2.
I rage quit. This was like maybe still salvageable, but it's such a... I'm tired of like playing this. Now I had so many games in a row where I'm just getting a lost position and then I try to, okay, I shouldn't resign too early. And I'm just tired of fighting from behind. And also, clock is about 8, so we'll have some higher quality games to watch soon. But let's quickly review this one. I will not run from my mistakes to that extent that I'm not going to review. We can see where we went wrong. Already started. Okay, good. But I think there's no rush for us to start watching the games. It's only good if they manage to get some moves down before we start spectating. Let's just quickly see like any big mistakes in this one. So I'm 7 points behind from the beginning because it's a no-comic game. And then here I was just like, couldn't decide what shape to move out with. Was it Torb saying that maybe just go down in the corner? That seems like it was an okay option. Hello, Martin. Yeah, this one seems like a nice option. I guess the top right is kind of resilient. It's hard to like kill all of it with one move. And if like black adds a move here, you know, then it's very light. So I like this idea actually. I was sad that I didn't get the timing in the game to ever invade there. And yeah, this was a bit much. Then I fought this Ko. It was interesting. Black also made some mistakes here, so we're not too much behind now. But okay, this was a really bad shape apparently. At first I thought, oh, I should just connect. Even that seems like it was bad. But I think connecting was maybe better than what I did in the game. Because now push here, and then here, and I don't know. Apparently it isn't that bad. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. I should extend though, apparently. To not... I'm not sure why. Why is there such a big difference between these moves? It's interesting. To allow me to go, because this way... Wait. I guess the point is that here I still kind of owe a move. In the game, Black extended. But even if Black plays something like this, I kind of need to add a move here, or would like to. Whereas with this one, I can do it in a more efficient way. I don't know. But yeah, this now allowing me to come out is actually even now. So, okay, my opening wasn't terrible. I managed to catch back up from the no Komi. This is okay. Now maybe I went a bit far. We can maybe, like, I could just play here even. This is already okay. I shouldn't be so concerned about giving Black this. Like, I actually get more solid on this side, so it's not such a big deal. But then here, I should apparently Tanuki. But even this one, which was my first idea, this would be okay too. This game move is a bit much. My cut here on the outside is too annoying. Sun Tzu, thank you for the follow. Okay, so now it's starting to go bad. And I thought, you know, some hope, because Black sort of messed up the top here. I felt like. I don't know, I thought at this point that I got to kill the top would be good for me. But Black already got too much profit. So it's actually good for Black. Oops, wait. Huh? This move... I mean, Black can just save these. But I guess saving them, then the whole group is kind of heavy. Okay, so this follow-up was a big deal. I never really got to that in the game. But AI is screaming at us that both of us should be playing here. It's interesting. I played some stuff on the left. I'm not so much behind here. I should calm down a bit. I feel like I already here feel like I was fighting from behind, and I am, but not by that much. Here, maybe I need to... I don't really know. Like, exchange this move earlier. I can't really do it now. Okay. And then it's like, if I had had this ladder, it would be nice. It would be maybe some hope. But I don't. So then, I guess I could just live like this. That was kind of the basic plan. But yeah, I'm losing by a ton now. Okay, well, no good games from me today either, fortunately. But now we can switch our attention to... Give me a moment. Drum roll. Ta-da! We have a high-level game. So this is now Fredda versus Dennis. This is the first board of Sweden versus Turkey. And you can take a look at the lineup in a moment, but let's start by just seeing what happened in this game. And actually, let me first maybe update the title here if I can figure out how to do that. Can watch the game while I figure this out. Is is it just like set title? I never remember the command. It doesn't seem like it worked. If anyone knows the command, you can let me know in chat. It seems like it should be that one. Did it work? Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out later. Okay, so let's just go back to the beginning of this game. So Frenda is playing white. Both players open with 4-4. Approach to 3-4. Black responds with Kosumi. And white extends. If I were black here, I would be thinking about following up then on the left side. So maybe just c6 next. c3 instead. Another common way to follow up when the opponent ignores the first approach. So we have kind of like a common 3-3 invasion Joseki, but white has no pincer stone on h3. Apart from that, it's a similar sequence. So white adds another move. Another Kosumi. Two space and kick. High two space on the left side. Very peaceful, calm game so far. Oh, and then we have an invasion. Okay. So this is looking a little bit spicy, you know. This invasion stone has no immediate way to make a good base, but it has some room. So it doesn't look too unreasonable, right? Like it can move out, or it can slide to b12, or extend to c8. There's a little bit of breathing room. But it feels like it should sort of come under attack. Capping would be one way to attack it, but it looks a little bit... Can that really be the right way to go? Seems like that would allow too much space on the side. So black kicks first. Right, and then white does this shape. So this is a nice way where you don't want to get too heavy with just extending. You can go immediately to this point, where the sort of shape idea is that if black tries to hane, then you cut, and black has lots of cutting points to deal with. Black has to deal with both the single stone and the cut here. So normally this is not really working for black. And if black wants to play d11, then black is playing an empty triangle. So we're also kind of happy to make black play an ugly shape. If white were to play d10, I guess black would be happy to cut though. So white makes this lighter shape. Black wedges. Okay. So white is not too invested in saving, let's say, the c10 stone or even coming into the left side, even though this was the first invasion. So white is now switching a little bit attention to just making some influence on the outside. I was going to say this turns out to be a reduction, but actually it's not much of a reduction, right? Like if we go back here, white jumps into c10 and ends up giving quite a few points to black on the left side, but in exchange white is getting lots of stuff on the outside. And black still owes a move to get the left side, I guess is the idea. So when black doesn't play immediately on the left side, then maybe later we could still somehow come into the left. Not sure. But it seems like black was more interested in now reducing what white is starting to build there. So black plays a shoulder hit, and then we caught up to the live position. So before I move on to the next game, let me just quickly give the full lineup of players we have today to give a bit of an overview. If I can do this right. There we go. So this is, whoops, today's round here. Turkey versus Sweden. On the first board, Dennis versus Fredrik. Actually, I should not attempt to pronounce these names because I'm gonna I'm gonna fail horribly. But on the first board we have let's just stick to the Swedish players that I actually know, you know. So we have Fredda on the first board, and Charlie, Erik, and then Lova. And it's pretty even looking at the ranks on each board. We would be very happy if we can get a win today, because this is, if we're looking at the league table, this is now the final round of this season of the league, I believe. And you can see that we're currently in second place behind Germany. And we're playing against Turkey. So what we'd like to do is stay in the second place, because this will give us a chance to move up to League A. So we would prefer for neither Italy nor Turkey to move above us today. So I guess to stay above Turkey we would just need to draw this match to get a 2-2. But Italy could very well win their match today. And then I believe we would need a win also to stay above them. Actually, I don't know exactly how the points work, but obviously winning would be ideal. Okay, so let's just give a bit of context of what's on the line. If we win today, I think we get a chance to move up to League A. If we then also win, you know, then we'll play against some bottom team of League A and decide who gets to move up. All right, back to the action. So I'll switch back to Go Panda. And now we could, okay, we had some more moves. So Fredda just pushes up and extend, and black jumps. So black is also managing quite a nice light reduction of the lower sides. No super complicated fighting so far. This could be, you know, one of these old school peaceful games, looking at it so far. Let's check some of the other games in the meantime, if we can find them. So here we have our second board. Charlie is our representative on having the black stones in this game. And they also made a bunch of moves, so let's go from the beginning. It's kind of, it was a little bit, I wasn't that, I was going to say it was similar to the other game, but no, it actually wasn't. Oh, this is interesting. So instead of adding another move, normally you would play R14 here as black. He decides to sort of pincer these stones. And this move works both as a pincer on these 3 stones and as an extension from F17. This K16 move is kind of the natural continuation. If white had played C14, then later white plays C14, then K16 is one continuation for black. So black plays that sort of preemptively, and I guess that would mean now black could follow up in the future with, let's say, C14, and could maybe get a more severe double approach thanks to the K16 stone. So white follows up here.
Someone invites you to play.
I need to turn off my, I need to close Fox. There we go. Normally I would expect a touch here, so this is interesting. Like this move also seems perfectly fine, of course, but does it have some upsides over attaching, or is it just an like simpler way to play? That could be something interesting to check with AI. Because it seems, to me, it feels like a little bit soft. But maybe it was important for white to get center. Maybe white is feeling that if I attach R15 and we see Hane, exchange this here, then black is likely to get center and play, let's say, C14. So white is feeling that this move is... well, it's not actually center. Like, black could ignore this, but then white gets like S15 next, and it's quite big. So black doesn't need to play, but this move is very big. So black does respond and then gives white a chance to come back to the left. So we see attach and Hane. Okay. Then white plays away. I was a little bit surprised to see attach and Hane here. I sometimes worry... well, something I learned a long time ago is that you're not supposed to really, as black here, play the D18 slide. You know, in the pre-AI days, we always liked this slide. Like, forgetting about K16 for now, this slide was a good move. But it was like a common beginner mistake almost to play the slide when you had K16, because the shape is kind of awkward and you can get separated with these two stones. And before you invest in D18, you know, you have more options of going into the corner. So somehow it was not good to play D18. So I would have a similar feeling here, that I wouldn't be sure if this like ends up in a good relationship with the K16 stone. It's very forcing D17, so we're not in any danger of white immediately trying to split us. But I feel like around here, it feels like this is kind of a strange type of extension, and I would be worried about white being able to do something mean to this connection. But I guess if black gets the f16 point, then it's kind of perfect. So like if white plays h17 or h16 and black plays here, maybe that's a workable fight for black. So that's why white just pushes, and now it looks not too badly placed. So I guess it's fine. But I would say this also doesn't really feel like ideal, maybe. It looks a little bit awkward, not sure. Then we have some avalanche, but it doesn't quite turn into avalanche. Black just connects. So very simple Josek here. Black gets a big corner, white gets a big outside. Black wedges, creating some cutting points. Approach another corner. Pincer. So this seems like white saying, I'm more interested in building the left side than this lower side. Lower side also looks possible to build, but I guess it's kind of undercut here, right? With black could jump to L2. So I think this direction makes sense. Black goes into the corner. Oh, but now white blocks this way. That's interesting. So normally you would block this way to get the center. But now white seems to be saying, actually, I want this side too. Now I feel like I'm building both this part and this lower part. But still there is this like open skirt. So, it's interesting. I feel like we don't see this Joseki much nowadays, but it seems to work quite well for white here. White is making a nice area. So this is a better way. I was talking about just jumping in here, but then, you know, it's not so big. White maybe just tanukis, or either directly or later plays like k3 and still keeps sort of most of the points. So black goes further in, saying that I have the connection back to L2 if I need it. So I could either jump out or connect with L2. Or maybe you connect with M2. I'm not really sure. So white prevents the connection. Black pushes in center and then jumps out. Okay. So that's a nice way to use, like, I was mentioning this open skirt here, but like, how is this relevant for reducing? we see that black was able to use this very, very well to get like 2 free moves, and then can jump away much more easily compared to, like, imagine white has a stone on m2, and black tries to jump in, then you just fall under severe attack immediately. So it makes a huge difference to have this threat to connect. So white caps, and we're caught up. So who do we like here? I thought like white's area looked really nice. Like when white played here, I was like, oh, this direction worked out nicely for white. It seems like all the white stones are, at least these 3 corners, are working nicely together. But black has so much solid points. Well, so much, but black has 4 corners, basically. So I feel like once black makes this successful invasion, maybe I shouldn't call it successful prematurely, but I feel like, you know, these stones won't die. To me, it feels like quite a comfortable invasion. Then white is not making many points on the lower side. So I'm starting to like black in this position. Black has 4 corners and black should resign. Yeah, there is some proverb like this. But yeah, I would still pick black in this position. I'm curious to hear other people's opinions. Would anyone prefer white here? There is a lot of potential on the left, maybe, if white plays the cards correctly. Let me just check. You know, the ranks on Pananet are not that accurate. Let me check like the updated EGF rank of this opponent here. Oh, they seem to be 4 down EGF currently. Yeah, so this should be an even game. Charlie is 5 down and his opponent is 4 down. Yes, the Northwest, I guess this will be the interesting thing to see. Will white, because white does have some like, first white is going to attack for a little bit. And I guess black will have to continue to play. Like, you wouldn't Tanuki now as black, I don't think. You need to continue to save this group. And then white has, like, one move that stands out to me is H15. It's like one forcing move against this top shape. But maybe it doesn't quite work as a force move here, because like the push is black center. Anyways, it's even if it's not that center, it's still a good forcing, still a good move to build the left side. So this is maybe where I would start. Are you also playing it? I am not playing. I have not been part of the team this season, but I might join next season. We'll see. It's really nice to be able to commentate, actually. So, but I feel a little bit like I'm, you know, especially if we are able to move up to League A, I guess I feel like I should do my part for the team and actually play. So we'll see. Let's go back to Freda game for a moment. Oh, they did a bunch of things. So we left the game here. Dennis had made a nice reduction. Moving out. White also moves out, and black cuts here. So this is of course much more interesting than simply taking points on the left side. Like if black was some kind of low-level chump like me, he might play like d9 or something, just taking points. But this is a more interesting plan, because now you're threatening to get quite a bit more points on the left side, but you're also sort of creating other interesting weaknesses in the white shape. So this is not only about taking points. So this is doing more to help the center group, I guess is another way of putting it. Like instead of just continuing to run, black is getting this cut in. And this is creating some weaknesses that black can use to save this group. So now, okay, black Ataris. So now black got a bunch of points and also has one escape route. It doesn't look clear that black is connected here. So white could think about plopping a stone down here and cutting. And I imagine he did consider that and then decided it wasn't good right now, or does he just play some quick exchange here? He turns to the right side in any way. Anyways, he turns to the upper right corner for the time being, but maybe he'll just make some quick exchanges and then come back. To me it looks quite tempting to cut here, but I wouldn't be sure which shape is the right way to do it. Like you could push g8 or you could play g7 or h7. And they all kind of look like they would be cutting. But you would have to be careful what kind of forcing moves you're giving, and like, is black just going to attach out here? And white has too many weaknesses anyways to make this attack do anything. So here, this invasion always aims at the S15 connection. If you block Q17, white plays S15. And if you play just like S15, then white can maybe push and get enough space in the corner to live. Or maybe white would slide. And it can be a little bit complicated, but normally white would be able to manage somehow. So in the game, black plays the Hana, which is more forcing than just going down. Forcing enough that white decided to just respond. This means that black gets to block, and now this stone is just sort of swallowed up. So what did white gain from this? Locally it seems kind of like a failure for white, because R17 is basically dead, as far as I can see. But white did get a little bit stronger with the outside group. Like right now, this group could somehow fall under attack, like black could remove this base later. But when black is sort of forced to make this exchange, later white could capture this one stone kind of in center. So now white suddenly has a very good eye shape actually. So I guess that's what white gains, and white actually does it immediately. So that's interesting. To me, like obviously white gains something, but it seems... If it was me playing white, I would be worried that I didn't get enough, that like black's big corner is too good. But I guess we could like see it this way, like it's kind of like white plays the Hane here, and like Hane and Tagermat, and black throws in a stone, giving us a Panuki, and then still black needs to add a move, and then white has Santa. So I guess looking at it that way, it seems like white got a lot of stuff sort of for free. The only way we're unhappy as white is if we were looking forward to actually doing something in that corner. So maybe that's where my mistake lies. White is screwed? Why? In this board position? Or in the... when? Yeah, that side is big. I'm with Torb though. I have some amount of faith in Fredda. He's pretty good at this game. So like I would be surprised if he fell behind by a lot this early in the opening, you know. Of course he can lose, but it's unlikely that the game is too far from even this early, is my assumption. Okay, so now he comes back here. Is this also cutting? Oh, we have a bet put down. Interesting. We'll check it with AI in a moment. So I guess we can check like this position and see here, because I didn't at all think about the position myself actually. Let's see. This is another one of those funny blocked messages. Actually, is chat also showing up in this? In this view? Anyways, Bug Kitten said black plus Comey. Splatty says black is worse than that. Okay, so let me think for myself for a moment. Left side is very big. Should we try to actually count some points? I would start by counting, let's say 14 pairs, just all this third line territory. There seems to be something wrong with the chat. Wait, what if I... Why is the chat showing up here but not in the other view? Maybe because I put it below the window. That would explain it. Okay, there we go. So 14 pairs there. And then, let's see, like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So let's call this 20 pairs, roughly. And then here it's a little bit harder to count. Okay, let's count this one first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's say. So we're up to 26. Let's just count like those 6 maybe. I guess we should give black some of the corner as well. So maybe like that, so like 26, like let's say 36 pairs for black. Now for white, it's less clear. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should count those. I was feeling a little bit too the opposite of generous when I was just giving these ones. Okay, let's go back. Let's not count those 4. Let's only count here. So then it's only 32, right? 32 pairs for black. Well, we'll be conservative. Like, because white can still come in here or this corner, so... yeah, let's count more. I'm only giving black these 12 points now. So that's 36 pairs for black. For white... Well, we would have to count... I guess I would count this area at least as white. Here you could also say that black could invade, but black is not as strong in the surrounding area as white is here. So yeah, I'm gonna give white some points here. Let's say, let's call that like 8 pairs, and then like 12, 13, 14, 15. Not sure how much to count here. I can maybe get like 20 or so points on the board, but then we just have some sort of ill-defined potential in the center. And also Comey. So what did I say? 36, 20. Yeah, it's hard to like actually get some conclusion from these numbers, right? Like when you have this big of just a... It's clear that white has more potential than black, but how do you put a number on that? Okay, but we have some, like, the vote so far is that Bug Kitten said that black plus at least Comey, and Morgan All says white plus 10. So we have some very different opinions. I'm not sure what I should think. Like, based on my count, yeah, black has a lot of points. The main thing skewing me towards white is just that white is Fredda. I believe. Okay, I guess this is the other thing. We didn't, like when counting here, I just now assume this group is okay, but then white comes back and attacks this group. So now, I guess black is not able to just connect, right? white gets the cut here, and this is going to allow white to get some more profit in some shape or form. So that's also hard to put a number on. Let's see what happens with attack. So white gets to solidify the outside. Black jumps away. Now white gets the invasion. Yeah, so now we see white starting to profit here. Surely black would attach on top first, yes. And then white connects out. Okay, and this is actually, we're caught up to the live game now. So now I guess white just harness, but then black can make quite nice shape here. I think it's worth it to just play r6 because you have this follow-up of Atari, right? I don't think white wants to allow this. So what does that mean? Does that mean you play q9 as white here? Oh, you peep. Ooh. I guess this is Senta, because Atari, we capture. Maybe black doesn't really have time to connect, we push. I don't know, this is interesting. Very interesting. I think black might be thinking about S8 still, but okay, he connects. I want to switch over to the AI analysis in a moment, but now I'm just too curious. Like, will white capture a stone with q9? Atari here. Like, you cannot Atari this. Black just captures. It doesn't work. It feels a little bit slow to add a move here at q9, but if you have to add a move, I think that would be... You would rather do that than something else, I think. But okay, white actually takes the corner. Okay, well, let's actually switch over to the AI for a moment. We can catch back up soon, but we had some questions we wanted to have answered. White can play S10. You're saying that... wait. Just like this, that it's just 2 stones? Yeah, I mean, this is true. I mean, you could also... the other option is just to take a stone here, and you can still live inside. So this might also be what white is going for. But it was still surprising to me. Later played d7. Ooh. Yeah, that's interesting. So Martin is saying that... Let's just show this at some point here. Like, if white plays here, black cannot cut, I guess. Because we would have this. I had a guess there because I got a bit confused. Like, there's some Atari here, but no, it seems like this should be working, right? But maybe we don't get much further than this. Like this one, I guess we get cut. Okay, so it's not much, but flat reduction. Okay, let's go back and just see. Let's first check this. So game right now, slightly good for white, about 2 points, and cutting immediately would be okay. Fredda decided to make some exchanges here first. This was also the blue move. Ooh, and the blue move is to actually resist as white. That's interesting. But okay, responding here is also okay. And it seemed like it was slow for black to play here. So okay, so this was the situation. It was the sequence, there was no big mistakes, but if we were to call something out, like this seems like the biggest thing was black should have Tanukid here and say the center group. And it seemed like even though this is very big, black can still manage this group. This is the AI opinion. And when black did respond in the game, then actually things like, oh, this was actually good for white to make these exchanges, because now white is winning by 3 points. So this is an interesting data point. Right now white is winning only by about 2 points, if even that. So by doing these exchanges, like if we take all of these together, black got the corner completely solid, but white got much stronger on the outside. That gains like more than 1 point for white. So that shows me, which was, I was a little bit doubting, you know, how good the sequence is, but it's actually, it is good for white. And right, and then this was this was the position where we wanted to say. So yeah, Bug Kitten said, was it black plus more than Comey? Morgan all said white plus 10, so somewhere in between that, in the middle of the two, wisdom of the crowds. We see that white is winning by about 3. Yeah, you can update us on how the key tastes. I was wise enough not to make a bet because I know I have no idea how to count. Okay. So we have the cut. And then let's just go ahead to this point. Okay, so peep. So first of all, when peeping, I was like, it's not absolutely center, but it seems like, okay, at least black cannot do this. This will be too much. There's too many cutting points in the shape. Okay. So peeping makes sense. But then, okay, you could add a move here as white. This is not some terrible mistake. It's also possible. Game move is slightly better. And then my question to the AI would be, what's the plan when black attars here? Oh, just play away right away? It actually makes sense. So who was it? I think Morgan was saying like you could do this locally to get center. And I was saying that, oh, but you also have this option, which might be better depending. So then you can just leave it, play elsewhere, and then later you can decide which one of them you want. You're not that scared of black, like adding yet another move. It's kind of slow for black. So that's also a good lesson. Okay, then we kind of caught up to the game. So now we should switch back to... oh, actually, I forgot to turn on... I have this whole... this thing set up, right? And I have this. And... we're currently watching board 1. So let's just see what else happened in the game. For new viewers, I apologize for my a little bit wonky setup where I have to repeatedly download the game to analyze it in my own on my own computer here. Okay, let's see what Martin said. I would opt to play R2 immediately instead of invading. Yeah, that's a good point. So white makes this invasion, but then doesn't really commit to saving those stones. So we could compare this one, and let's just, we can check the score here. White plus 2 or thereabouts. And we could compare it to just the immediate here. It seems like it is slightly better to go in, and I guess it is like creating some... like the fact that you got the peep, for instance. Like in this variation, you didn't get the peep. But it's hard to judge because like there's different agi inside here now. I guess black could play something like this, but then you still have this piece. Yeah. So it's interesting. Like white was able to get this forcing move, then here, and then still have, like even if black cuts, you still have this option to save these stones. I think it does make sense that it gained a little bit. But, you know, if the AI had told me it was bad, I would, you know, I would also have believed it, you know. This is too fine of a difference for me to understand myself fully. Okay, so black did cut in the game. Well, we did see this, okay. So that's very, like, clear-cut way of playing. White just, okay, I'll just live. I make 2 eyes here. And then you have to take care of your group on the outside. Let me know if I messed something up with the overlay. By the way, like I have so many things to keep track of now, so if something is like not showing the right way or I selected the wrong game, let me know. But the idea is to have the live game in the lower right corner, and I will do the analysis on the big board. Just a Hane S10. Ah, that's interesting. Because yeah, to me, I would only be looking at that card because it seems like this is just like not working. So when pushing here, I guess if white were to back off, it would kill these stones. So this is forcing, and then we get this forcing move. So I guess it's happy with just getting some moves on the outside. It feels like this result is better than this one. And that's very surprising to me, actually. Like I can see how this variation is also kind of working, but to say that it's better for white, for black to play it this way, strange. Okay, well in the game, white just lives. And AI wants to make this nice shape. Black goes for the Hane instead. So white gets to wreck the shape. That's nice, taking the opponent's vital point. Like push, fix the cutting point. White makes a beautiful empty triangle peeping. So white made an empty triangle, but black made, let me get my my tools. Black made a beautiful B2 bomber. Oh, that's where I get caught up. Okay. So maybe then we will switch over to we could check a bit of the Charlie game, but actually I also want to catch some of the other games, so let me find one of those. So on the third board, let's see, we have Erik, so this is this one. Okay. Showing correctly? I think so. Let's just turn coordinates. What's happening in this one? We'll just go quickly through the opening moves until we see something weird or interesting. Oh, this shape is a little bit surprising. I would maybe be expecting, like, because in this kind of shape, you know, if black plays b6, then we would have this e7 shape. But when black goes down, you can put some pressure on the c6 stone. So shape-wise, I feel like d6 makes more sense. But of course, this is very similar. This might be just as good. Black is feeling a little bit under pressure in the corner because, I guess because of like b5. So black chose to push once here. Okay, so white is moving out with this group. Peep, peep. Extend on the top. This group is now coming slightly under attack, so white makes a base for that one. Black takes a big corner and threatening to link up S16. Now this is a very big move. Yeah, it feels good for black to get this. Wasn't R17 a valid point in that sequence? Yeah, when was there another point when you should have played there? You mean like much earlier? I'm not sure when. I guess like the players were busy with like making good shape on the outside. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so let's go back all the way here. So white tanuked once. Then black added a move. It looks like a little bit interesting, like it's so slow and solid. But it feels quite forcing, like if black gets to make another move, let's say Q14, then it looks like black made a big territory. Let me turn off my AI so it doesn't... my computer fan can get a rest. So Martin said it's surprising that white responded. It feels like white gets a bit heavy here, doesn't it? But I can also see why white responds, because yeah, I wouldn't want to give all those points. And now, like, it feels like you do want to get out first. Like, if you just take R17 now, I don't know, it's probably also possible. Yeah, I think this turn should be possible now. Then maybe white, black would close in and you would have to add a move to live. So you live kind of small in the corner, black gets a nice outside, but I feel like that should also be an even result. White comes out with quite good shape in the game. You create some cutting points here. So I would say white is okay, but it's just so painful that black gets here first. Because now if you don't respond, black has this S16 to get all the points. And if you do respond, like, what do you play? If you play like S, like, you can go straight down, you're not really threatening to make any eyes. I think you have, yeah, no threat to make an eye then. You could play S15, then you at least have this idea of playing Han and here, but still, at the very least, like, black could go down and it's still centered to just cut it off. Yeah, so now locally it seems very good for black. But okay, white tanuki is, like looking at the rest of the board, it could very well be a good game for white. Morgan also prefers white on this board, yeah. Okay, so coming in here is nice. Now black is happy to have this connection. I guess black could play it right now, but it looks like black might play it soon anyways. Okay. So black didn't play it right now and then missed the chance to play it. White separates. And I guess I was being stupid before. I was saying, what would you play if you would disconnect? Of course you just Hane. Like, why was I talking about like S15? You Hane, because then like your follow-up could still be like the tiger's mouth or something. I don't know. Playing Hane is a bit much because there's some cut. But now there's no way for black to threaten the connection in Sentag, and kind of like if black responds to the Hane... No, responding to the Hane is still threatening to connect, right? Because you have this peep and then cut. Okay, whatever. Turn here, Hane, go down, peep, and then... So see, now black is still threatening to connect, because black could play R15 next and have Miai of cutting and connecting. So white does connect. Black wants to keep this group separated. Black will have to live now. So black changes this, and then makes 2 easy eyes. This is very clearly alive, because R12 is 1 eye, and S11 is 1 eye. So no problems living. But, okay, black got cut. Wait, okay, so a few good things that happen. And we're happy about this, because we're rooting for white, remember? So we're happy about, I think, you know, this is just my impression. Here I was like, oh no, black can connect up here. But now white invaded. And even though black was able to live with this group, it had to live locally. White got to separate, you know, later white has the T18 endgame. This is very big on points that white got this in the fighting. And also this group on the outside got cut off, and white has Senta. So yeah, this feels like super good result for white. I guess we could say that technically white's surrounding group still has no eyes. Like it looks very big. It actually like, it only has like one direction to run in. So it's actually weaker than it looks, I would say. But the fact that this adjacent black group is weak means that it should have no trouble taking care of itself. So this is protecting the corner, putting some pressure on this black group by removing the option from, like, if we start trying to attack it, maybe black can just attach in the corner or something. And this move is also aiming to connect on the first line with a move like T5 or T7. This would be the way to connect back the group that I just said could be weak, sort of in the event of an emergency, where black is able to surround this other side. Oh, white has the B2 bomber, that is true. We have another B2 bomber on the board. It's like a powerful one though, like it forced black to live small here. Yeah, I think white can be proud of this B2 bomber. Alright, so black does jump out. I mean, it would be like, white does have this option to connect, but to have to connect on the first line with a group like this would be really sad. But also, it's kind of annoying that black can play S7 and ruin the connection while also threatening to connect. Because I guess white T8 will not be... it's not going to be centered towards the top group. Anyways, I would be expecting white to move out somewhere left, but I guess it's not strictly necessary. You could also maybe hit a vital point here on P6. Threaten to cut here, could be one idea. You would have to read, like, what if black plays P5? What's the plan? Maybe you could also think about making points on the lower side, but maybe P6 is the best place to start if you want to make points on the lower side. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, he does play P6. Black plays this attach. No, ooh, it's getting spicy. Now black could easily get separated here. Aha, so we have some kind of trade. White was allowed to kill these stones, but black is now reducing the lower side. Extending here is brave. There's some cunning points here, but I guess it's okay. Like black P4, we just block on the outside. This cuts. Ooh. Connect Atari. Ooh, it's... We'll see what happens. Oh, right, because this is actually Senta. Okay, so this is Senta. Black will need to add a move on the outside, and now maybe white... Maybe now white will fix Q5? Do you need to? Like, there's kind of a double threat after Q5 of either capturing these two stones or coming through here. Both look kind of bad. But it's almost like you can allow black to come through here and still kill it all. Maybe. Also, like this Atari, you could Atari this side, but then black has P7 Atari and kill these two stones. Yeah, so I think white has to add a move. Not sure which one white will add. Okay, this one makes sense. Yeah, so now the Atari, we could just Atari here. And we don't really have any problems anymore. It's good. So white made now a bunch of solid cash. There's some Aji with this cut. Oh, that's annoying. No, but actually there's not that much Aji, right? Because you could Atari this way, Atari, and there's actually no cut on... Like, black cannot cut on P7 ever here, because it's self-Atari. So that's also the upside of the 09 move. So white just comes from this side. Probably we won't get to attack this black group. It seems like it's too strong. Already one secure eye and lots of breathing room. But still this is just a big move on points, at the very least. Black is gonna try something in the corner. I guess white has to R4, and then there is this cut. White can, let's say, Hane Q2, and should win this capturing race, but it could be some Semidori. Or maybe black is trying to set something up with this. But yeah, this cut is not really interesting since it doesn't threaten B7. So I guess this is about the Semidori on the lower side, which will become relevant later maybe. If there even is such a thing. Like, the point is, like, after, let's say black plays N2, like eventually white will have to add some moves in the corner. So that would be, then it would be nice for black to have made these exchanges already. Peep. Making some points. Oh, that's very... Is this really necessary to add a move here? It's a little bit surprising to me. I guess it would be annoying to clamp and then cut here. Or just this jump. I can see there's some issues, but oof, that seems... feels a little bit over-concentrated is my first feeling. But I guess it was necessary. Okay, so now we see black trying to make some more liberties in the corner. White goes for the Hane. Okay, so now if black played S1, white would Atari, I guess. Capture, go in. Yeah, so black doesn't have that many liberties. Still, I'm not sure, is this, like, wouldn't it be better to maybe S1 here? I don't know. And was this necessary? Like, let's say S1, Atari, capture, queen here. Yeah, it seems... I'm not sure white actually needed another move here. I don't see it. Okay, we'll just move quickly here so we have time to get back to the other games. Oh, okay, the game ended. White won by resign. So that might be why he added that. Like, of course, we saw that white got a really good result on the white here, on the right side, so it makes sense that white was ahead. How is the Martin in this final position? Estimator says white by 16. I guess it looks okay. Like, I've been duped a couple times now recently where, like, the estimator, even when I think it looks okay, like, it can be off by a lot. So I shouldn't really trust it. But okay, somewhere around there. Let's say white is between 10 and 20 points ahead. And I guess it's hard to catch that up at this stage of the game. So that's great. That's our first point on the board. I will somehow notate this there. I don't know how. I'll just put a plus sign there. Okay. So which game should we look at? Okay. Let's just jump back to the Fredda game and catch up. Yeah, really well played by Erik. It seemed like we didn't even have time to check it with AI because... yeah, sorry if you can hear that noise in the background. We didn't have time to check with AI because he had already won by the time we caught up. But seemed like a really clean, nice clean game. Okay, wait. Where were we? Okay, so we left this game here. Let's see how Freda is doing. He went for this interesting plan where he sort of lived on the inside here, and now he's kind of attacking black, like from from inside and outside. Black doesn't have two eyes yet. So black moves out. Cut here, cut here. Oh, even this move. This is not like... I wouldn't call this Santa. I would be surprised if black responds to this one, right? Yeah, black ignores this one. So that's interesting. White feels the need to add some move here. And then you might as well play this, I guess, even if black is not going to respond. As the follow-up, you'll get to capture in Santa, and that means that the S14 eye is sure to be real, even if black later somehow gets the R13 point. So there is some eye shape gain from this move. And now you also have the option of coming out or like making... I guess you could somehow make the second eye here, but it's not super clear how. Because it's hard, because black has some Santa moves like T11, T12 are Santa against this lower group, so it's kind of hard to make the second eye here actually. Game black turn. Oh, save this one. Okay, and we're caught up. So, who do we think this is going good for? Like the shape looks good for white. Hang on, let me see if I can go put a stop to this noise here. Okay, I think the distracting noise should be over. I was saying, like, I feel like the shape locally here feels quite good for white. And I was beginning to feel a little bit worried about the black group, but then also it wasn't clear to me that the white group was okay. So it's just very complicated basically. Let's see, black connects, white gets this Santa. So black has at least, like, it seems that this should be a real eye. Like, you could imagine white playing Q4, but if black wants to play Q3 in Santa, black can do that anytime. Black could also attach S2, so it seems like black should have no trouble saving this group. And there's another eye over here, maybe. Possibly. Okay, white played this. Okay, so now I guess maybe white cannot save the p6 stone, because if white plays p5, black can push again, and then there's a cut. Okay, but that cut won't be a problem if white can kill these stones. Maybe let's take a quick peek at AI, because I cannot provide much insight into this position right now. I feel like I want to cheat a little bit. So let's just see here, and let me also mark. So I put a little plus down here to see that we have 1 point on the board. I'll just update those sort of as I find them, you know. One of the games, you know, maybe Luva already finished as well. I haven't even got her game yet. We don't know. But let's check this fight first. So I'm curious first, like, how's the situation right now? It's an even game. And then stuff happens. I'm just like curious, is it still like, is it even throughout this? Like, I'm nervous for like so many groups here, but it seems like nothing is really expected to die, which is interesting. And then we had this weird sequence, Black saving these stones. Okay, and now we made it here, and it's very good for white. Okay, that's nice to see. So it seemed like white got a pleasant result, because white got to play some useful moves sort of on the outside. So, I mean, black didn't die, but also black didn't really make any points here. But white did actually make some points like on the top, like later white can play like N17. These stones look practically dead. So I guess white profited from the attack, and therefore white is now winning by 10 points. So we like to see it. Let's then jump back. And maybe we will finally check out Luva's game if we can find it. Here we go. So Luva is playing black. Let's turn on coordinates. Yeah, this Joseki. Often we see players cutting here. Don't you do that? I think usually you cut C17 immediately, but it doesn't really, I feel like usually doesn't like change much. So white just, okay, immediately does this, extends. Okay, we have this invasion. When you play this wedge, you always have to consider, could black Atari from the R15 side? And now, actually, the N17 stone is, you know, this is a large knight's move, so that also affects things. So I guess black in this case decided that this would be an overplay, Tatar this way, black pulls back. So black is going for an attack on these stones. Shape is a little bit awkward when it comes out. Feels like white maybe got out too easily. But okay, black got good points in the top at least. Can now manage this group. This is interesting. What's the plan here when white harness from the S9 side? Will we see that? Yeah, okay, so what's the plan here? Okay, so pull out here, and if white were to play R7, then we would get to cut, so white connects. Okay, and then we can... Okay, now if white R7, we would still just connect? Or... I don't know. But white harness even. Then black attaches, and this is sent, so white has to come back. So now black got this move for free. Okay. That's some kind of profit. I don't know if it meant that the whole sequence was worth it, because you gave some more points here. But at least I don't think it lost much for black. I don't know. Okay, now white comes back. Ooh, okay. So white actually only has half an eye here. That's kind of nice. Like black could remove this eye by playing Q13, for instance. But black is quite weak on the outside. Oh, sorry, I missed that comment earlier. Q15. Yeah, the shape was a little bit weird. I agree, this was a strange... But I guess the point here is... Like this is kind of a... Sometimes you want to play this O15 move and then you push once first. To not like leave some attachment at P16. So it is a kind of shape. But it does feel a little bit like helping white's shape also. Okay, so what's oopsie daisy. What's interesting here is that black is now falling a little bit under attack with this group even when white steals the eye here. I guess maybe just bamboo? No? Okay. Here. Oh, fancy, okay. So my first instinct is, oh, we can just bamboo and just run away. But Lua finds this. I think this is nice, right? You force this connection, then you cut here. And now you gave white something to worry about as well. So white plays a kind of net shape, but it's not a real net. If black wants to, black could play N11 and let these stones come out. What is this? So this is some, like white could capture this in a ladder with Q5, but if white captures this way, then that means that white can never push through P9. So it's kind of like a probe. So white captures this way, and that means maybe there's some other RG here later, which is more interesting than if white just had a ladder. Black plays here. Okay, so black doesn't try to save the two stones. Then white here. Oh, this seems like a vital point. Now I kind of feel like maybe, because now black needs to add a move there, right? So then I feel like maybe black should even play O10. If you're not planning to come out, you can just play it as a forcing exchange and then jump out. I guess in this case there could be still some more RG, like some move around here is forcing, but I'm not sure it's useful. Thank you to Green Lion for the follow. So peep, connect. So with this Hana, we start to see some liberty problems on these stones. And white doesn't cut, white just closes it in, but black still goes for this push here. Cut. And we caught up live, okay. Whew. Well, this is a bit spicy. So Atari and black captures two stones. Now there should be no real danger for this group. Is white happy with this result? I guess the lower right is very big. And we'll quickly switch over to the AI review window. Let's just check like somewhere from around here. Because up to here, okay, should be an even opening, indeed. Then I'm curious how this invasion turns out. So, okay, could push already now. That makes some sense as a shape, but then white gets to jump out, so I can see why black wanted to prevent that with this jump. But yeah, I guess this is a little bit too good shape for white. And yeah, okay, this was a slight mistake. So slightly good for white now. This is maybe going a little bit far since it just gets cut off. But black makes some decent shape. Now this, I'm worried this might be losing some points. But, oh, it seems like white maybe got a little bit tricked. Like if white pulls back here, then apparently it just lost some points. So I guess black has like this move center, could be helpful, or some trickiness here. So I guess in this way this turned out to be Ajikeshi, but this way black actually had something interesting, it seems like. Or am I reading this correctly? So now... Wait, no, still it was kind of bad, but okay. Right now, white +2. And it just, like, white didn't really... Maybe this, like, punished harder, I guess. Oh, okay. But I think, okay, this was dubious, this Hana, because this gave... So white could immediately go here. And, like, black doesn't really have any good plan. Like, you could connect here, but you just connected without any eyes. So instead... In the game, white played his Hana first, and this gave white the chance to play this move in center. So yeah, then black did actually like gain something here. But apparently black should have followed that up right away. Seems like this was big. Black missed that chance, Okay, now this was suddenly a huge mistake apparently. This seems like, you know, it's staying all connected, but I guess it was better shape to cut. What if just capture? It's crazy to me that this can be such a huge difference. Oh, then you get center? So cut and then maybe you get center, whereas in the game you're forced to, oops, take auto there. Okay. So black is struggling a bit. I thought this move was good, but apparently not. Okay. Because I guess this cut doesn't go anywhere if white can just capture the stones. And then, yeah, should probably turn then if you anyways can save them. Okay, so right now it doesn't look good, but then we got to that point where black got to capture 2 stones. I thought that was at least somewhat nice. But okay, it's still white up by 20. Alright. Not looking good right now. Where am I? Here. So we'll just check some more moves after that. White peep to secure the lower territory. And game goes on. Okay, we'll check back on that one later. We can see what happened in the Freda game. So let me just say the SGF and do this and okay. Where did we leave this game? Somewhere around here. And it was looking good for white. Then let's just see what happens. Actually, do I need to move this one here maybe? For this to be updating? I hope this is working. Okay, what's happening here? White does get this move to secure some points on top, and these stones are as good as dead. Black jumps in here, white settles in the corner with his kick, and then adds this move. So I guess there was still some Aji here. Not sure exactly how. These two stones looked quite dead to me. But okay. What if white plays something else? Like what's the... Yeah, okay, I can see how this actually works, because I was looking at this cut, but you know, you can't extend here because you're so short on liberties on the outside. So yeah, this would kind of save these stones, and that could be annoying. So he chose to extend here in the game. And now it's going to be interesting on this part of the board, how black manages to live with this group, because it's not obvious that it's going to live, and okay, now it looks like it might die. Yeah, this is what we saw, okay. So is the game just going to end here? We had some more moves on the board, let me just see. So just this Atari, right? Wow. I said some time ago that like, oh, okay, black is not going to die here. But he did. It happens to the best of us. So let's just replay a bit like how that came to be. White played here. And seems like it was better to... Well, already it's difficult. But Katago is not saying that black should be dead right now. That only happened later, so... It seems like there's still some here. You should play this move. And I guess maybe you'll have to rely on... Let's see. You have one eye by capturing p6, right? So you need to make one more eye here, and you can do that. Let's say white plays on the outside now. Then you could... Locally you have this move to live, basically, because this is... Well, like we have this move, which is threatening to make an eye down here, and then this move is sent to make this eye. So I can see how that is working, and if white prevents that, then I guess now white is going to get into trouble here, because this move is threatening these stones, so white has too many things to worry about, I guess. Still a bit unclear here. This is... I would say that white is just dead, but AI is saying no. Very interesting. So if black insists here, then black is locally dead in the corner as well. There will be some call. Okay, crazy complicated. Let's go back to the game and see what they did. So after connect, so this Atari, and capture, and white just adds a move here to be safe. Okay, well I feel like resign is very close by, because it seems like white is closing up all the holes in the shape. I have some annoying little fly that's been bothering me this whole the past hour. Okay, we'll switch back to Well, actually, no, let's... Okay, yeah. White one by resign. Woo! Another point on the board. So let's notate this. I'll just add a little plus here. We have 2 points on the board so far. Now we just need one more to secure the win. And we'll take a look at Charlie's game next. Because we haven't been looking at that one for a while. So here, and this is the live game. Then I download the SGF. Open that here. And this one. Okay, again, let me know if something is not showing correctly, because right now I have both monitors full of windows. I can't like see the actual like stream preview myself. So I'm just hoping that it looks okay. I should just do this, I guess. Yeah, I think it looks fine. Okay. So, again, where did we leave this game? Somewhere here. I don't think we ever checked this one with AI, actually. I was saying that I liked black, because black has 4 corners, and I feel like black can manage this group. But the question is, how many points can white make in the upper left center region? So let's quickly check the AI here and see who it prefers. It says black is slightly ahead, but it's very close to even actually. So that says something about how much potential it's seeing here. Let's actually turn on the, something like this view. We can see that black has very solid points. White doesn't have like solid points anywhere, but has a very big amount of unsecure potential in the center. Large area of sort of half points. So let's continue. Let's turn this off again. And let's ignore AI for a while. So black just comes out. Okay. White could be making some points on the right, but I think black is happy to be out in this way. Now he even ruined some of the center potentially, and now I'm super happy for black. Like, as long as black doesn't die here, I would say black is great. So this is annoying, there's no way to make an eye here now. White gets to... Oh, okay, but this is interesting. White goes in, black goes out, okay. But leaves this cut. Okay, now comes back, connects. Alright. There's some interesting Haji in the corner, but it's not like... The corner cannot ever die here when black still has b8. And now when black turns, white has to fix the cut. Okay, so now black no longer has b8. Do we need to worry about this group? What would be the plan? Like, we could push an Atari, but then, there's already enough space to live. And you could think about Han and then play a Ko, but that's usually not realistic. So I think black will not bother adding a move for the corner. You could add a move for the corner, it's big. But it seems more important to play something on the outside to make sure that you don't die. That's what I would do. Okay, but we ran out of moves actually. Okay, we caught up. Actually, I need a bathroom break here, so I'm gonna leave you here. You can see the live game in the lower right there, and we'll see if they played some moves when I come back. Okay, anything happened? No. Okay, now now black plays a move. So he does play on the outside. Maybe we can check like what is the AI opinion here. Black is good, and black could just help the corner. It's kind of a little bit brave to lead the center. AI is not scared of dying, but I think I would be. You know, you play this, and then there's a cut here even. Kill these two stones, that's kind of interesting. So that must be there in the game as well, right? White has this option to... Yeah, but okay, so white can start by forcing against the corner. And if black just responds passively, then you cut these stones off. Let me actually turn back on that stone's ownership. I think that's helpful. Okay, so it's a close game now after this move. It'll be interesting. See what happens. Maybe we could quickly check back on the Lua game. Actually, not much happened, I think. But we'll check it. No, I think a lot happened actually. Okay, so now we're in this game. We left this game around here. Around here. And it was looking really bad for black. So can black like make something happen here? There's some pressure now on the top group. So if white really messes up here, that would be one chance to win this. Like, this is a move to try to create some complications here, I guess. Looks kind of promising, but okay, white is able to disconnect. So I don't know, you could make some shape inside here, like there's some complications, but I guess not. She doesn't follow up on it right now. Approach. Kosumi. This is an interesting sequence. Was this like correct by white here? Let's just... Okay, so from the Kosumi. Now it will be a little bit hard to understand the AI suggestions when... I think they're less interesting when games are lopsided, you know. It doesn't really care what you do here. But I just thought it was interesting that you kind of want to get the d5 stone to fix this cut, so you actually, it makes sense to Atari here and make the sacrifice a little bit bigger. And okay, then black turned and capture. Okay. Alright, this is just a Joseki. I know, you know, I recognize this move, and this seems familiar too, but then I'm lost basically. So I just wanted to verify, yeah, that sequence makes sense. And seems to be a Joseki that holds up. The AI doesn't mind the local moves. Okay, but this is looking kind of depressing. So let's not linger on this game. Seems like this will be hard to catch up. Aha, good for white. Like I said, I maybe can't tell so well, and like when all the moves are like plus 30, it's hard to evaluate the local Joseki. Okay, let's switch back to Charlie. If I can manage it. Part 2, Charlie, save SGF. There we go. Open that one here. Scroll through the game. And yes. Aha, white just slides. Well, this seems like not the strongest move, right? AI was suggesting connect here, which makes sense. black didn't help the corner after c7, so now white has this privilege to get d2 in, kind of. White chose to slide. Black now moves out in this way. Okay. We had some more moves, just one more move. Okay, black here. So, it's looking good for black right now. We like to see it. So right now, even if Luva loses her game, which looks likely, we have good chances to win this one, and then we would still have the 3-1 winning the match, which I think would be securing second place in the league this season. So currently looking good, but it mostly hangs on this game now. This game is far from over, so let's keep a close eye on it. Yeah, it's nice. So black doesn't have much in terms of clear eye shape right now, but black is out on like in two different directions, and now black even started to harass the center group a little bit. We see that the AI is saying that maybe white will need to give up these 2 stones, and I can't really see how is it possible that these 2 stones die, but these 2 stones don't die. That I would like to see some variation like this. Okay, so it's possible that these get captured, but white moves out with other ones. Interesting. Okay, so white placed the empty triangle in the game. I guess one drawback with this view is you can't see the clocks, but actually both players are still in main time. White has 4 minutes left of the main time, and black has 12 minutes. Now this is very pleasant for black, right? Like white is going to have to make a very ugly shape here, I think. Like, will you just have to play J9 for white? This is like worse than a B2 bomber to have to connect in this way. Like you're connecting with like 2 empty triangles. What does AI say? Yeah, white shouldn't submit this way. White should try to fight back a little bit, it seems like. Okay, but white does connect, and I mean it wasn't a big difference between these, so this is fine too. Black shape also very wonky. True. There's well, again, like there's no eye shape along this whole thing. Like, so black has a similar sad shape down here. I don't know if you could possibly squeeze out some eye here with like L5, but no, it looks hard. And yeah, there's cutting points up here, so not easy for black. AI seems to like this G4. He was also suggesting this before. What's the idea behind that? Let's just quickly check that before we continue with the game. Well, okay, let me play the game move. What's here? So here, if white connects the peep, and then we force here, doesn't really seem clear to me what these exchanges are doing, but I guess they feel somewhat helpful. This peep does feel good to play, I would say. But okay, black plays here. This seems like it's a very good exchange for black. I feel like, again, white sort of... it's like when you've been staring at the AI evaluation, it's easy to predict that, oh, it's not because it didn't like B10, it's not going to like B11 either, for sure. Still, like, white missed a chance to connect here, which I think would be, like, if white connects here now, it is saying that black might as well just give up this group. If black connects, then game is like back to even. And I think it would be unlikely that black would decide to give that up. I don't know. Okay, so white did defend here, black moves out. So AI also didn't like this move too much, but okay, black has a small lead. It makes a lot of sense to play from this center group. Again, as a human, like the AI might be saying that, oh, you need to focus a bit more on the points here. But he might still be worried about dying with the whole group. You see now white can cut over here. So black needs then a way to move out. Okay, this is moving slowly. Is there happening anything fun in the Lova game? Let's just quickly peek. Some interesting invasion there. Aha, white jumps. I mean, again, like, white does not have many points left. In what we before thought would be a big white area. Like, if we go back around here, we were saying that, oh, white can maybe make a lot of points in this area. But black really ruined this now. But on the other hand, white does have, yeah, this potential to cut around k4. And this option to connect a d2, which is very big on points, and the follow-up would kill the corner. So that's also a very big move white has. Black O11. Just connect out. Yeah, would make sense. I guess wasn't, I think one of the blue moves was this one, P11. That's probably what you meant, right? I don't think O11 shape is... This seems like a better version of that. But like it's only like black plus 4 here. Like yeah, this is a very exciting game actually. If I don't seem that excited, it's just because I'm really tired at this point. So it's hard for me to keep the enthusiasm up. But this is such a good like finale to the season that we like now it all comes down to this game here, and it's still like close and exciting. Like the opponents are quite evenly matched, and it's even on the board. It's a very interesting type of position with this center group here. Like it's not coming down to just like who is going to squeeze out more in the end game. Like it's it's a very open question, like will this group live or die right now? Because black decided to Tanuki, which the AI didn't love. This shows that he's confident to live with this group, and or that he think that he wouldn't have enough points if he added a move like around P11. But now AI is saying, oh, white could cut here, and I guess black is going to be able to live with the main group, but white is going to get some profit elsewhere while black is struggling. That's the problem. So let's just play out some example sequence. Like, let's say black really goes for this kind of agi. Like, how do you eventually live here? I don't really see it. Anyways, I was just going to say that, like, maybe black ends up giving up these stones, and that's one way that white profits now from this cut. Even black lives with a big group, but white can get that profit. But it seems like black will have to rely on getting some ice on the left side. I thought the bump just helps white. Ah, okay. I see, so like this exchange and then you still need a move. But I guess the point is like this P11 is also like helpful for setting up this kind of shape. Whereas this doesn't aim as much weakness, but it may be very similar. Like it wasn't on the AI's radar, but like it loses a few points, but it should still be winning. There's some other moves here too, like, but I think this would be my pick. Having now looked at the AI evaluation, even though it's not a blue move, right? Like the AI wants to peep down here. I guess you could peep once, whatever. But I feel like connecting out here seems like making the game simpler. And if white continues to surround, somehow here, like, yeah, then you can look at all the RG, and you're not, again, white doesn't have any profit now when you connect it up to these stones as well. Now you just need to focus on living with the big group. Okay, but that's not what we saw in the game. Now I missed some moves, actually. So black turned here. White peeps. Yeah, see, this is exciting. White peeps, black pushes, and then Cosme. And now he comes back here. Okay, we like to see it. So now it seems like black didn't really find any eyes on the left side, but then black can come here. Now it's easy to feel somewhat confident here because I'm looking at the AI evaluation, but if I was actually at the board, I would still be worried of dying. And like even knowing the evaluation, I'm still worried that he might die. But I feel like the fact that he played G16, that means that he wasn't in this mode where he's like, oh, I'm about to die. Like if he thought he would just die, then he wouldn't have played G16, right? So he can't be that worried. Okay, so we do see extend, we do see bamboo. Like the good news for black is that you're in this mode where you just need to live with one group, basically. Usually in Go, if you just need to live with one group, it's possible to do it. It's when you need to like live with one group and save some points, or live with two groups, that's when you get into trouble. Right. Should live easily, but could easily die. That's accurate description. I think what I would say is like, yeah, I think even looking, if I just stared at this board position and without knowing any context, I would assume that objectively black should be alive, because now it seems like it shouldn't be possible to completely surround black from running to the upside. But if I actually had to play it, then I would die. At least based on how my recent Fox games went, I would lose this against either equally strong opponents or even weaker opponents. I would still manage to die with this group. So let's see if Charlie can avoid this fate. They're now in... Okay, the opponent... so white is now in Biomi. So he has 5 minutes to make 22 moves. So it's getting to be some time pressure for white. Maybe we should just switch over to that board, actually. To the view where you can see the clock. It will be more engaging. So I move this here, and we move this there. Oops, like this. Alright. So up here you see the clock. So white has 4:45 to make 22 moves. This is Canadian Biomi. It's a little bit unusual time control system. Maybe some of you will have never played with this, but my only experiences with it is one in this event when I played in PGETC before, and then one time in a Norwegian tournament I think we had this time control. And I did really poorly then. It was never an issue for me in these games because you have lots of time and yeah, time controls are pretty generous. But in that Norwegian tournament, I think something about it was like quicker than I imagined, and I lost one game on time actually. So I don't like it as a time control. I think it's overly complicated. The fact that you have to do some math here, you know, to figure out how much time per move is this. That's what I don't like about it. But it's fine. It works. So I did play a surrounding move here. In some earlier variation when we considered the AI surround, or like I saw in some similar variation, AI was looking at L13 as one move if you want to surround. But that's a little bit far between these two stones. So this is a more natural shape, but then it looks like maybe black can just... I don't know, if you jump here, then white peeps here, and maybe it's hard to stay connected then. Here. Yeah, so maybe you would just jump like... You could jump K12, you could jump L12. But then, yeah, it's easy to get surrounded, and then you're pressed to find those other eyes. There is some RJR10, but I'm not sure it really does anything now. AI is still like unworried. It's not like it's saying, oh, black has to find this only move. There's like so many moves black can play that still keeps it at like a comfortable advantage for black. So this is an interesting shape. White could sort of peep here to ruin any eye shape in this region. But I guess Charlie felt that in this way it's harder to surround it than just the normal jump. And now you do again need to make some sad shape here, because if you try to be efficient with like K12, then like if you play K12 here, then white has L11 like double peep. So okay, he made this shape. And I only call this sad because like there's no eyes, but I guess that's the only problem with it. Otherwise it's quite a good shape actually. And it's a better shape than playing K11 because I think it's nice. Like K11 we would give K12 as a forcing move. So this is a more solid shape. It's harder for white to get away with something like J13 now. White still plays J13, okay. This really feels like white is sitting there and thinking like, maybe I can get this kill. It looks like it could be possible. You know, now we'll see some Hane, but then you extend and... I don't know. But it's not... Yeah, I think it's just barely not holding together for white. Extend here, black just connects. It would be enough probably to get to capture one stone. So now time pressure is getting pretty severe here. It's down to around like 10 seconds per move or something for white. wouldn't it be good if it showed that? Like if it showed you the average time that you have per move left? Like if it like divides this time by this time down there? I think that would be a helpful feature. If you are going to play with this time control. So wait, this pushing out was a little bit surprising to me. And that's cheating to give that number. Yeah, I mean, that would be an interesting word. Like, would it be cheating to have like a calculator beside you to divide the time? I think it would be. That would be like computer assistance. But I meant it like a built-in feature, like the score estimator, you know. That's an interesting point. Like, is there, like, because obviously when counting territory, you have lots of opportunities where you have to add together points, and you might also do some multiplication when, like, counting a rectangle. Do we ever do division as part of playing Go? Like, what are the times when we divide? I guess, like, when counting values of endgame moves, there's quite a bit of division. You're always, like, dividing by 2 and stuff. This push out, like, I was kind of expecting black to just connect. Divide the board into groups. Feels like half of the point of playing with Canadian time settings is to make it possible to lose by time. Maybe. That's kind of why I feel about, you know, in these stupid time controls they use in chess, where they have this nice increment system, but then they say that, oh, we don't start the increment until after, you know, you have an absolute time for the first 40 moves, and then you get extra time, and then at some later time start increment. I feel like that's only to, you know, get some excitement when you're low on the clock, and I think it's really stupid. I think you should always have the increment. Okay. It's okay. I want to check the AI again because or maybe we should try to think for ourselves. I feel like I started this thought like 3 times now, and then I was interrupted by funny comments. So here, I was expecting black to play k12, but black came out, and this allowed white to cut, and now it looks a bit scary. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe black and Han at least, but black even plays from the outside. So now I'm like, what's going on? Like, is it about to die? Oh, okay. So now I'm too scared. I'm gonna check the AI again. And I'm gonna just hope that it tells me what I want to see. Just give me a moment here to arrange my windows. You can live there, and I'm back here, and open the latest SGF. Oh, please don't die, Charlie. Okay. So here, Hane, extend. No, this is good. This is also good. Okay, it's all fine. I don't understand how, but somehow black is fine. And I guess, yeah, it does come down to the weaknesses of the white center. But how? It is like the AI doesn't know about this, but the fact that white is so low on time is definitely a big upside in black's favor, right? We would be much more worried about, like, white has to make each next move in under 10 seconds per move. G13. I mean, there is something here, right? Like, you go here, then white connects, and then you get to cut this side. Yeah, so... But the AI is also saying that, like, it's not like white is about to die in the center. It's confusing to me. Okay, let's look at some variations. So let's say you just... Okay, you do this one. and then here. Yeah, okay, so then it's saying that, okay, white, because if white connects here, then maybe now white will be in trouble with the whole group. So white might have to give these up, and then obviously black is fine. So yeah, the basic idea is just this cut, but if you set it up with this first, I guess it's... Wait, this is interesting actually. It's not only about liberties. Like this way, cutting here is Gotha, and then white has some fancy thing up here. Which is crazy that that's working. Like you can do like this, but then white pushes here. So you need to play here. And now if white plays this side, and you do the same variation, now this move is suddenly forcing to... like white plays here, then you kill all these stones. So that exchange was really important. What if white plays this side? Now you're not going to push this way anymore, you're going to push this side. So this move is actually has quite a clear logic behind it, and I can understand it easily once it's on the board. But I'm not sure I would have been able to come up with this one. It's quite a nice move. In the game, he did make another exchange first. This was also on the AI's radar, right? So you can just force here. This could be helpful sometime. You notice now, if white plays e10, there's no longer a cut here on d9. G11 is the move I played in desperation. Yeah, it feels like a nice shape, but I thought it was only about like reducing the liberties a little bit. I didn't realize until I saw how much worse the other variation is. I realized, wait, this is actually, yeah, like this is like straight out of a Tsumugo. That kind of nice thing where you play the move, and then depending on which way white responds, you have different moves. Let's just again let's make this really explicit in one position. So like if white plays from the A side, then you play the B move, because now when white connects, then you can cut over here and it's anti. But if white plays from this side, then you play this move. So it's two really different ideas. This was probably not the right way to show that. Should I do like if the triangle, then the triangle? I don't know. Okay, so in the game, I think he did find it in some way. Let's see. He did find it. Go, Charlie! And... he played from... Oops. He played it slightly differently, but I think the same idea holds. I need to go back to here. So he played this way, like, because of course you don't need to be... Was I saying this before? Yeah, you can just get these stones, but this way you can actually get all the stones. That's better. So take here, here. White push once. Connect. And yeah, it's basically game over. White is gonna struggle a bit. We can jump over to... Let's jump here so you can see the clock again. Okay, then we're fine. So, yeah, you see, he was getting low on time. And this, I mean, this is what I don't like, you know. If there was any, like, chance that this game could have continued and been interesting, like, it would have been ruined by the fact that... like, if he had a little bit more time on the clock, like, maybe he could, you know, find a stronger resistance here, but... anyways, we're very happy to get the win. So that's... yeah, okay, yeah, like... I agree with Makasushi. This is... playing here would be kind of stupid if you don't have some specific plan to live, because otherwise I'm sure there's some like other way that you could play this, like just this Hana. Isn't it doing something? Maybe it isn't doing it. Maybe this is just not working. Actually, like, is that... Again, I think there was multiple ways that... Okay, let me switch back again. Too much switching. Let's just look again at this move. So at this point, yeah, again, the AI is not saying it's the only move, but it is the top move. So yeah, that's also like a... Oh, it was at least. Okay, now it just wants to exchange this first. Whatever. There's multiple ways to do it. Okay. But still, even if you play this Hana, you still have to find some Aji here to make it work. It's for similar reasons here, right? Like when white blocks this side, then you get this Ente. And if you block this side, then this cuts. It's really nice. But yeah, that was... let's look at the results thing here. We add another plus. So that's 3 boards won. And we can check the final board, but now we already won the match, which is great news. So let's see if I can find my way back here. This game is basically over, but not quite. So for completeness, we will watch it until the end. And unless something crazy happened here, unless Luba was able to create some miracle, I guess white is still winning this one. Do we see some miracle? I don't think so, like it's dead on the lower side. But lives in the lower right corner. We'll just take a peek at the score estimate. Yeah, we should maybe go back and see how that happened. See, white is still living comfortably, but that's interesting. How did this happen? So we peeked at the game a while back when black just came in and it looked like, wait, this is crazy. Like, how will this be able to live here? And this part didn't live. Like, it's funny, like, it starts all the way over here, like E3, and then I guess it's going to go all the way over and finally black will live in the lower right corner. That seems like what's going to happen here. But now, like, right now you would think that this part is going to live. But they have some trade. Like, I guess if black just connects, like it's... Wait, black could just connect, right? Wait, drawing. White throws in... maybe. That's complicated. I don't know. She a target? Then lives... I don't know. Okay, anyways, they had a trade, black got to live in this corner. But, yeah, white is winning. I wonder if probably we don't have any results yet from the other... Oh yeah, there are some results. Okay, cool. So it turns out, so one of the interesting things, let me switch over here actually, because this is, might be nice to see Chrome here. So if we look at like the league table over here, we see that our two rivals were Italy and Turkey. And Turkey we played against, so since we beat them in the match, that means that we stay above them. But it was a little bit unclear if, you know, even with a draw, would that have been enough to stay above Italy? But it turns out that Italy won all their boards today against South Africa. So it was a good thing we won. So yeah, I think that should mean, right, like these points should be such that if both we and Italy win, I guess we both get 2 points or something like this. I don't know exactly how the point system works. And that means that we will stay in spot 2, and that means that we will get to challenge whoever is at the bottom of League A. So I guess like Austria, it looks like. They might also have a round left or something to play. So it works like, okay, so the topmost team in each league moves up, the lowermost team moves down, but the one that's close, second position from top and bottom, they play a match to decide who moves up and who moves down, is my understanding of the system. Okay, now we can jump back. White passed. Okay, yes, so it finished, and it was a big win by white, but this is how it often goes in these games. You like to play on, even if you know you're losing by a big margin, you want to try it until the latest. So, well fought by everyone, and I would say that's a pretty great result in the season to secure the second place. Nice. So I'm really tired. I will end the stream here. I will do some quick self-promotion and say that I put up a new video, like first time in quite a while I put up a non-live stream video on my YouTube channel, so I'll just link that there if anyone wants to check it out. It's about some area counting tricks if you are playing 9x9 and want some quick ways to count who's ahead. And then I will, as usual, see if I can find someone to raid. Now we'll match Struggle Bus. Let's see. So we go from PGETC to NAOL. I guess that's like North American Online League or something. Throw them a raid. Thanks everybody for joining today and all the nice comments. I will see you same time next week. Bye bye.